Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Enough channel. In this video we're going to look at Fantasy Premier League, finally open for the 2025-26 season. Always a very timely start date, given that for us playing NRL, AFL, Supercoach and the like, we're fast running out of trades. I know I've got no trades left in AFL. So this will become the new sort of filler in around all the NRL stuff. But yeah, it's only just opened up. From what I can tell, I can pick a team. I don't know if I can set up the league yet. So I thought what we might do is we'll have a bit of a look around at some different the players this year, the prices. Put together a quick team, and then I guess once the league is available, I'll start messaging out the league code and stuff, and we'll probably do a couple more videos. I'm probably not going to go as in depth as I have in previous years with like beginners guides and all that. Like I know what I'm doing. It's just something a bit different, and like I said, just an opportunity for the community to get around and have a bit of fun at something a bit different. So having a look at the basics, so maybe you haven't played before, but you pick 15 players, you get 100 million to spend, and that's based on their prices, which you can see here. So you can see generally goalkeepers and defenders are cheaper, but it's also because they do tend to generate less points. You can see Pickford from Everton was the highest scoring goalkeeper last year with only 158 points. You compare that to Mo Salah, who I guess this was a freakish score of 344 points for the year, but he has been, I guess, fairly priced based on that at 14.5 million. In the forward line, so Isak at 10.5. Haaland, so despite having a bit of a down season, has been priced at 14 million. So the two most expensive assets in the game, probably the two most likely to score a bunch of goals and assists and the like. So let's have a go. So I guess a couple of changes that may influence decisions. There's going to be points this year for defensive involvement, so they tally up things like interceptions, blocks, I think maybe tackles as well. So I guess traditional sort of players like central defenders like a Milinkovic, or defensive midfielders, you probably won't see any on this list, but like Moses Caicedo from Chelsea, for example, Ryan Gravenberch from Liverpool, they'll have more opportunity to score points. Generally when it's goals, assists, and then clean sheets, there's a little bit less opportunity for those positions to sort of be featured in your fantasy Premier League teams. So I think that's a good thing. The other thing is you get extra chips. So if you haven't played Fantasy Premier League before, they have what they call chips. So I guess it's supposed to be like a poker chip type thing. So there's the wild card, so you get to sort of reshuffle or re-trade your whole team. You do unlimited transfers for a week to your team. They have the free hit, so you get to do unlimited transfers, but it's only for 1 week, and then it reverts back to your previous team. They have bench boost, so your bench scores in any given week. So normally it's just the 11 on field, but you get all 15. And there's one more, I think. Triple captain. So normally your captain scores double, but you can nominate one game week where they score triple. But I guess this year you get to do 2. So one in the first half of the year, one in the second half of the year. So a bit more variability there, I think, is a good thing. But let's start putting some players in place. So I guess it will be interesting to see if we can fit the big two in. So Salah and Haaland, we lock them in. I guess defense is going to be interesting. No Trent Alexander-Arnold this year. Normally the most expensive defender going around. But let's have a look at the defenders on offer. So it looks like there's a few 6 million options, including Guardiola and Virgil van Dijk from Liverpool. Milos Kerkez moving to Liverpool's at 6 million, so that's a bit of an upgrade there. Nori's moved to Man City, so he's elevated to 6 mil, which will obviously impact Guardiola as well, moving into a more central defensive role. And yeah, so just having a look through. I haven't done a lot of research here, if I'm being completely honest, but what we might try and do is go the options like an Ina, very attacking sort of defender there at Forest. Mitchell maybe at 5. Wan-Bissaka at 4.5. We'll have a punt on that. Robinson at 5. Ideally, we'll get a few more 4.5s. So Pyro still pretty expensive despite Spurs not being able to defend last year. Oh, hang on, I've gone all the way to the end there. That's not what I wanted. So it is based on their last year's scoring, the current sort of rankings. So you might have to dig a bit deeper. Branthwaite at 5.5. That's a bit of an update there for him. Don't know. It's always a problem with these sort of videos, is trying to work it all out live. You sort of do a lot of sitting around. So Matson is here, the starting left back. There's Cash there as well at 4.5. So we might just take a Villa wing back there. And then let's just go to the bargain basement to start with. See if we can find any value at 4 mil. It's probably going to be, maybe we look at like, the new guys like Burnley and that. I'm sure there'll be one $4 million option pop up out of the ground, but I don't know who that is just yet. Just looking through the names, not too sure. Second page, anything of interest? So it looks like the Leeds defenders, a lot of them are 4 mil, so there might be something there. Same with a lot of the Burnley guys. There's not a lot on that last page, I don't think. Sunderland, the other new team as well, so maybe something there. Reynaldo, I think he might be a chance of starting there. Sorry, he's transferred in from somewhere, so that's always a good sign. After that, not too sure. Maybe there's another 4.5. I think we can afford to go a little bit more expensive in the defence. Obviously, you can always chop and change these guys, but generally try to save money in defence in midfield defence and goalkeeper if you can, and then you go from there. So Gray went all right last year. Probably maybe with the defensive involvements, maybe he might be a bit more valuable. Offers a little bit of set piece threat as a goal scorer. Let's just plug him in just to save some time. And goalkeepers as well will go pretty cheap. So yeah, Pickford, Raya, Becker, all top price. Edison as well. So let's go to the 4.5s. So Kepa moving to Arsenal, probably stuck behind Raya, so not looking at that. Verbruggen, don't know if they've got someone else in at Brighton, but we'll put him in there for a bit. Actually, Kelleher at Brentford, we're keen on that. Don't know if he is the starter there, but if he is, we're definitely playing him. Great goalkeeper. Liverpool legend. And then, I don't know after that. Sometimes it's more helpful with the goalkeepers to look based on the team. So let's go with Brentford and see what they're running. So Brentford, they do have Valdemarson as well, but surely Kelleher with the pedigree, it's got to be the starter there. So maybe what we do is we just hedge our bets on Brentford and just pick both. 8.5 mil, that's alright for the defence. Oh, sorry, for the goalkeepers. Alright, so midfield and forward. So this is where we want to spend most of our money. As I said, we're trying to squeeze the two big guys in. So we'll try and find some value in around there. And so particularly if we've got these two sort of cheapies that will sit on our bench in the defence. Probably look at one more cheap option. So let's see what's in the bargain bin at 4.5 mil. Not too sure. So yeah, like Devaney, top scorer last year with 34 points out of all these players. Aaron Ramsey, is he going to play a bit more of a attacking role? Hopefully. Neone, if he gets, some of these young sort of cheap guys, if they get a loan move somewhere, will definitely be on the watch list. But again, it's always hard pre-season to really know what's going on with these sort of positions. So is that? I know it's not the guy I'm thinking of. Oh, he has played previously, just not in the last couple of years. Probably Newcastle got a bit stronger and he's been shifted out. Min. That name's familiar, but I don't know why. Oh, might just plug him in as the cheap option. There might be a forward actually before I commit to this. What's happening? Cheap forwards. Yeah, probably not much. Is that Nathan Redmond? Oh no. I thought he was retired. Probably is. So not even, probably even less in terms of cheap forwards. So we might just run with that. How do I clear that? I'll just go 14 mil, I suppose. And let's sort it by price. So in the forward line, you got Harlan, you got Isak at 10.5, Watkins at 9. Bowen's moved into the forward line at 8. Wood up to 7.5 after starting at 6 last year. So Nunez has been in good form in pre-season, but I don't think he gets the start. So maybe Ferguson can find a bit of form again. Nketiah at Crystal Palace, does he get the start? How did he go last year? Was he at Arsenal still last year? Starts 9. Maybe. Let's plug him in anyway. Yep. And Strand Larson at 6.5. So again, might be an opportunity to look at, the promoted teams like Bamford has done it before at Premier League level. So 17 goals back in 2021. Might be him. Burnley, who have they got? Barnes. Ashley Barnes. What about Sunderland? Who are they running? No one I'm particularly interested in. Let's just go Bamford for the time being. Otherwise this video will go forever. Oops. Bamford, there we go. So then finally the midfielders. So this is usually where you get the value just because there's so many attacking midfielders that could be forwards in a different universe. New recruit Verts, he's a very interesting one. Let's see if we can fit him in. Reckon we can. We've got 17 mil to spend. So then it's a choice. Do we go like another premium option like a Palmer, Saka, Fernandez? Or do we try and a couple of slightly discounted ones like a Son and Marmouche? And Burmo's always pretty good for Brentford. Well, I guess Brentford without Thomas Frank is the concern there. So I'm probably leaning towards something like a Saka at 10 mil, which gives us then 7 million on our fourth midfielder essentially. So what do we got in that sort of category? So the Arsenal guys, Martinelli, Trossard can score a goal. Kluivert, usually on penalties, which is a nice little boost. Morgan Rogers was pretty good last year as that sort of attacking midfielder sitting just behind the striker. Johnson and Madison. Actually, I think Madison with Thomas Frank there, they've talked up. He'll be a massive piece. So let's put him in. And we will enter our squad. So I do have to put a name in. You know what it's going to be. Always the Angry Pirates. Obviously the Reds. How good. Enter the squad. So now that I've done that, I can probably do the league by the looks of it, which is fantastic. So let's get that going. Or can I renew the league? Here we go. Oh, you have no leagues to renew. Okay, that's alright, we can do that. So let's create a new league. We will do plays match against. I think we did head-to-head last week, didn't we? Last year. Yeah, I think Classic is just the most points across the season. So let's do a head-to-head one. Why not? So the Super Coach Nuffs. Starting game week 1. Yeah, we'll make it unlimited. We'll see how many we get. And don't know, maybe we'll just do first past the post, something different. Let's create it. So there you go. Got the league code up there. So 08R58S. So I'll throw that in the description below this video if you want to join in. Obviously, don't worry if you're not, too familiar with Fantasy Premier League. There's a few of us just doing our best. And there is plenty of other great, bits and pieces on the internet. Lots of great YouTubers to check out, that sort of thing. So absolutely feel free to get on board. But this has probably gone long enough. So I'll wrap the video up here. Actually, I'll put the team back on screen because this is boring to look at. There we go. So as always, I'll just wait. Let's fix it up. Let's get Madison on field. Let's get Bamford on there instead of Ronaldo. Something like that. Yeah, so that'll be roughly what the team is, except permanent captain on... No, not always, but something like that. Captain, vice captain. Yeah, let's wrap the video up there now that I've tinkered around with that. So yeah, as always, if you got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy Fantasy Premier League and are keen for the upcoming season. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. We're still doing NRL, still sort of doing AFL. But yeah, other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.